Kenny, when this offense is firing on all cylinders, what does it really look like?
Balanced attack that can put up points, and we've shown it in spurts, and it hasn't been consistent enough. So we need to get consistent here going in this back half of the season.
Do you feel like Thursday was as close as you guys have been to that?
I think it was one of the times that you saw it. I think you saw in the Rams game a little bit. There's spurts of it that we just haven't been able to put through 4 quarters, and that's what we're hunting for.
Kenny, how did the success from the running game Thursday impact your game and the rest of what you're able to do from a passing standpoint?
Yeah, it was huge. I thought the balance was there. 22 and 30 ran the ball great. The line was firing off the ball. They were protecting really well, stayed clean majority of the game. So that's kind of what we're trying to get to here.
Kenny, are you working on anything specifically or trying to clean up anything to make, as a group, to make quarters 1 through 3 look like the 4th?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say the same thing over and over again. It's consistency. We've shown that we can do it, but we don't do it consistently through those quarters that, where the lead could have been, much greater heading to that 4th, where we didn't have to win it in the 4th.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's really it.
Sorry, I can't hear over here. I was just going to ask, how are you feeling? Is there any soreness there?
Oh, no, I feel good. Staying with the trainers, doing some extra things to make sure I'll be 100% on Sunday.
Kenny, to your earlier point, are you starting to see more spurts of that consistency or more glimpses of that?
We are. Yeah, we are. It was great to have that first drive and start strong and go down there and put 7 points up quick. It's just continuing that as we go in that first half.
Kenny, following up on the run game question, George just said that against Tennessee that was the most he's seen the safeties come low during the game.
Yep.
Is that, first of all, what you saw before, and might that aid getting the ball to George more?
Yeah. George and Tay and our other guys on the outside, when the safeties are stepping up, we hit a nice one to Tay down the sideline, a one-on-one situation. Had the shot at George in the red zone, which was good. It's continuing to, when we're running the ball that well and they have to bring that safety in the box, someone's going to be singled up and we can have those opportunities.
And just to clarify, when did you start seeing that? About what point in the game did you start seeing them?
Rough. I mean, the second half, they started to turn a little bit when you're gashing them for 10 to 15 yards on some of those good runs that Jay and Najee were having. We saw them start to rotate down a little bit more.
Kenny, do you guys need to get George more involved? I mean, what kind of has to happen? Obviously, you're talking about the run game, but maybe what are some other things that can happen to get him back to where he was having the back-to-back?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player. We got to give him the football. If we leave him in the boundary, it's a very easy place to get doubled. So moving him around, having him do some different things, not being a sitting target where they can count on him being in one place is a start.
Kenny, how do you think you guys are growing and how many plays that you guys feel like you call it, regardless of what team you're facing, you're going to have success in just with familiarity?
Say that again at the start.
Do you feel like you guys are developing more routine plays that you guys can call week in and week out that will get you guys success?
Yeah, I think so. And that's what, as the season goes, you kind of build those plays, and now you're just dressing them up differently. And, you see around the league, that's kind of, at this point in the season, you are what you are. You kind of feel good on those plays. You dress them up and you get guys open different ways. So, yeah, we'll continue to do that.
Kenny, you're having more success throwing out of play action in RPO this year. I mean, how do you cognizantly go approaching that, and how much has that run game opened up those opportunities in play action in RPO?
Yeah, it all starts with a run, and when that's working really well, you see the play action open up down the field, and linebackers are stepping up, safeties are stepping up, and you're able to have some explosive plays or have some really good intermediate routes that get guys open.
Kenny, how do you keep everybody happy? One ball and everyone a guy that wants.
Everyone's competitive. It's what you want. You want guys that want the ball. You want guys that want to win. I don't want to be out there with guys that aren't on that same wavelength as me and the rest of the guys out there. So we'll continue to work through it. Guys will have their good games, and sometimes it'll be one guy, sometimes it'll be the other, and that's just kind of how it falls. But we got to continue to get our guys the football.
Kenny, when guys get frustrated, is that really a big deal, or to that point, do you guys kind of understand?
No, you understand it. It makes sense. You're not questioning it. You understand why it's there. You just want to continue to stay together. That's the biggest thing. As that game went on in the fourth quarter, the fact that we all stayed together and found a way to win is a really important factor.
Kenny, with Matt obviously being on the sideline last week, now that you've had some time to watch tape, reflect on how things went, just what are your takeaways a little bit removed from it, and is that something that you think is going to help going forward?
Yeah, I think the communication between me and Coach was great. I think it was awesome after we had our conversation on what we want to do the next series. He was able to go kind of talk to each position group and kind of give them, what we're looking to do that next drive. I think that was huge. So there's a lot of positives that came away from it. So I think we can continue to build on that.
When you were in college, how often have you had a play caller on the sideline versus?
Yeah, Coach Whip was on the sideline, and he gave me the play verbally. So jog over. I'm sure the Pitt fans remember I jog over and get the plays and jog back in, but that got me so ready for the NFL. It was very similar hearing it in the headset, and he came from the league, so it was comfortable for him doing it. So I have experience with it, and I think there's a lot of positives you get with having the caller on the field.
Any clear sort of identifiable traits about Green Bay's defense that you picked up? Is there a comp to another team you face?
I can't give you a comp, but I can just say that they're really strong up front. I think it all starts in the trenches. I think they got a great front four. They do some different things. Their linebackers are really aggressive, run well. Some veteran safeties that make a lot of plays on the ball, and some of their zone coverage have some really good instincts for the ball. And then at corner, they have an elite corner in 23. Obviously, his resume speaks for itself. So it's another really talented defense. I think they're 10th in the league in points per game. So we have a challenge ahead of us. We got to come ready.
Kenny, when Charlie Batch was back up here, he used to go up to Ben and say, "Hey, you haven't hit this guy with a pass today yet." Ben would say, "Really?" And they would throw the wide receiver straight to him. Is that kind of information helpful? Do you need stuff like that?
It is, yeah, it is, absolutely. I mean, whenever, if something happens like that where it's something that I haven't picked up on because there's a lot of things going on in the game and I'm just trying to go out there and execute, and if we get that information to get a guy a touch, absolutely.
Kenny, did you see what LeBron said over the weekend about comparing the Lakers to the Steelers and winning being outgained, things like that?
Yeah, he said outscored. I was like, I don't know how that went. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, it's funny. As long as you find ways to win, that's all that matters.